And there's something about the weapon. Oh my God. The weapon was left in the house. And the house was destroyed. The weapon was in the attic. That was not open. There was that door on the staircase where that would come down. That's where the weapon was. Oh, this is getting interesting. Secret passage. Garden. To the outside. Under the house. Can you say tunnels? So where is the weapon or weapons now? Good afternoon. Hello, 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 my crime sleuths, my tarot detectives. Welcome back, Tribesters. Another Idaho 4 video. Yeah. This time, we're going to look at the knife again. Before we get into the video, I am sporting my new Crime Circus coffee mug. It's sus to us. And this case definitely is. Thank you, Rock That Body. She gave me the sweatshirt, the hoodie, rather. It's in the wash, or else I would have been wearing it today. Sorry. But this came in today. And Crime Circus. Drip drop. Job well done on the design. It is perfecto. Okay. Now, let's have a little talk. The little bit of footage that you've seen at the beginning of this video. Remember that from the Ann Taylor video? Where it hit me that the weapons were in the attic. Investigators never went into the attic to look. Then there's the tunnels underneath the house. And one of you smart sleuths out there made a comment and said, well, is that how the weapon got out? Because there were some other comments, but wouldn't have been found if the house was torn down and the weapons were in the attic. But one of you really smart sleuths out there said, did somebody at some point go into the tunnels, go into the house undetected, go grab the shit, the weapons, and go right back out through the tunnel undetected? Honey, I think you're on to something there. So we are going to get the story today. Now, as always, this video is for entertainment purposes only. Just my opinion. What I believe the cards are telling me. Not based on fact. Everything is alleged. After all, I'm just a blonde throwing cards. Okay, let's dig in. We're going to do the oracle. We're going to do some tarot, and we're going to do the Big Daddy Grand Tableau at the end. Okay, I like that for a grand finale. Okay. We are starting out with the Mystery House Oracle. I chose my decks already. Okay, we're going to ask Spirit, the house, the spirit of the house, because all things are energy. What happened to the weapon? Tell me about the weapon or weapons. I will say this much. When I was pre-shuffling the place, oracle. One card fell out, and I put it back in, but I have a mental note of it. It was shopping mall, which kind of led me to think, after I left the house, did it go into a dumpster in a public place, like a shopping center? And that's now in a dumpster, dump somewhere, garbage dump. Could be. Okay, let's see, tell me about the weapons in the house. Third party interference. Yeah, there was somebody else involved, but the number 3 strikes me. Like it could have been third floor. Okay, but third party interference. Somebody who appeared to be friendly. That is that third party interference. Was helping. That's saying somebody who was friendly with the perpetrators was helping them in regards of the knives. Okay? So somebody interfered. Because somebody was wanting them. And there's some text messages. I'm telling you, there's a digital trail there pertaining to the weapons also. Okay, now, vortex being sent upwards, okay? Unhappy home or place, yeah. You know, there was a lot of bad juju in that home to begin with. But if you look, the lightning strike is near at the top of the house. Rooftop, attic, what would be the attic. Now with this deck, you really have to stretch your intuition. But right there is telling me, the house is saying, yes, it was in my attic. And there was somebody who was friendly with the perpetrators who intervened as a third party, who intervened to help them out to get the goods, to get the weapons, to get the goodies. And there's a lot of communication in regards to gotta get them out of the house. And what I'm feeling is, with this type of energy, and there's also this is also not only talking about the attic, we got to get them out of the attic. There's also, to me, I'm looking at the lightning strike in the house, the destruction of the house. So this is almost giving me timing too. Phones blowing up. Got to get them out of the house. I think the weapon stayed there until the house is getting ready to be demolished. A little sus to us, huh? I think so. This is the 1111 Oracle, True Crime Oracle. I'm just curious to see if this will give me any hints, if there's any cards that even make sense. Okay, we're asking 1111 about the location of the weapons following the murder, before the house was demolished. Then, and what happened? Resident, local staff, community. On the beaten. I'm not sure how that has to do, but resident is somebody local. That is really hitting me intuitively. In the residence, maybe. Okay. Deep hole, ravine, well, underground. There's the tunnels. Are you shitting me? Oh, this could be a fraternity brother. Sibling. That could be a fraternity brother. That was angry. Who had been stalking them. Who had been stalking them. Then we got prison. Locked away, trapped, or held. Oh, outside, held. I almost want to say that, there were the rumors that Ethan was held down by the stalker. And the stalker was somebody who may have been, allegedly speaking, a fraternity brother who was pissed off. Telling a little bit of a story there, but the thing that strikes me is I'm trying to find out more about the weapon. And it's talking about underground passage. Okay. I want to get into the place oracle. Interesting. Now it's hitting me. I'm like, what does this have to do with the weapon? The only thing it does, really, was the deep hole, underground, ravine, well. But the sibling, the brother, falls underneath the friendly spirit that was helping. So this feels like whoever went into the tunnels to snag up those weapons was a frat brother. Okay. Because, okay, now I understand. Okay. Angry, but there's also stressed in here. It's because somebody was stressing out and needed to get the goods, right? So, they're blowing up an outsider's phone. To go unlock the weapon. Prison, that's not literal or about a person. The prison card, being trapped, is about the weapons were trapped in the house, and it's falling underneath the attic, and it's like, gotta get them out of there before the house comes down. Sometimes you have to, like, try to keep it in the context. Like, what are these cards telling me pertaining to the context? Okay. So after the fact, well after the fact, probably a year after the fact, the weapons were removed. And why didn't anybody go into the attic? If somebody would have went into the attic, they would have found them. That's the part I don't understand. Okay. I shit you not. Because I want to know, where is the weapon? Excuse me. To me, this is very strong. Okay. So far, the weapons were hid in the house. They were hid in the attic. Somebody went in underground into the house. In other words, underground through the tunnels into the house and retrieved the goods. Retrieved them. Right? Then what happens? School. I shit you not. I wish I had my shirt already. It's on order. It says it's in... I need to track that. Find out where exactly it is. It should have been here. It should have been here. But I shit you not shirt. I could use that about right now with my Crime Circus hoodie just unzipped with my coffee mug. I'd be really set. Okay. Okay, what else can you tell me? There's a location. There's a school. School dumpster? Maybe? Anything else? Ship, nautical journey, sailing vessel. The ship is transport. It was transported out to the countryside. I shit you not. Just wondering if this weapon will ever be found. So what this is telling me here, that the school's connected and it probably went to the school and was transported from there out to the countryside. What does this tell me? What's something that's usually in the countryside? Possibly a dump, garbage dump. My intuition is saying that after they were taken out of the house, they were put in the dumpster or something at the school. Then it was transported to the countryside and disposed of. We'll get a few tarot cards and then we are getting into the grand tableau. God, I hate that when I get a phone call and nobody answers. And they're just, nobody's talking. I'm saying hello, hello, hello. They finally says, okay, I'm grabbing your IP address right now and not the one that you have spoofed. Then all of a sudden they hang up. Anyhow, the grand tableau is very revealing, as we saw before. And I will explain it. I'm not drawing a lot of tarot. The star of the show for this is going to be the grand tableau for location. So it kind of got a storyline going on here. Don't we? And it all clicks and makes sense. At least to me it does. And I'm on it right now because before I started this, I had a 2-hour nap. Yeah. 2-hour nap and some more coffee. I am ready to go. Interesting. We got the Queen of Cups. She, very intuitive, very emotional, She is one of the witnesses. Knight of Pentacles. It took a long time. But he's carrying the pentacle. Moving forward. Page of Wands. That is the news. That is the communication. Hey, we got to do something about this now. That could even be orders being barked out. Okay. About the weapons. 10 of Swords. You know, we need to do this before it comes. 5 of Wands. The struggle. Okay. And I see this as multiple weapons. You know, there is somebody here. And I'm kind of wondering if one of the witnesses, allegedly speaking, a witness, a friend, somebody in the house, put them in the attic until somebody could come and retrieve them. And the command went out. We need to change direction now. The house is coming down. And there might even have been a little bit of arguing over what do we do with them. But this is also the battle to the death. You know, what was used that night? There's this frantic, and when I get over to this side of the spread, there's this really frantic energy. Two of Wands. We have to make a decision now. We have to make a plan. Because we have to keep up on our game. 6 of Wands. We want to win this. We got to keep up on our game. 5 of Pentacles. Abandonment. Out in a cold day. It was a cold day. There's the message that now's the time. Because I've got too much money to lose if they are found. I got too much to lose if they are found. That's the message. Temperance. The time is right. You know, it's the time. There's some kind of divine timing here. That was very important. Tower. So, something happened. I haven't had that issue with my camera in a long time for it to freeze. And when does it freeze? In a very important reading. But I was holding up the tower. It's like something sudden, some kind of chaos. I think it was the news. Hey, the house is coming down. And trying to figure out how are we going to get in there undetected. And look who's under the deck. King of Pentacles. Given the command. Get it the fuck out of the house. Get the weapons out of the house. Something about divine timing here. And I'm looking at this as a destruction of the house. And somebody's saying, I got too much to lose here. And so do you. Get them out. Because there's going to be a shit show going on if you don't. Just saying. Quite sus to me. Okay. We're going to move on to the Lenormand now. Okay, let's do this, guys. Let's do this. Now, as I am shuffling, I'm thinking about the weapons. Where are they now? Weapon or weapons. I think there's multiples. But that's just my opinion, not based on fact. The scythe will be the weapons. Weapon or weapons will be represented by the scythe. That is going to be the main card that we're going to look at. Also charging the key for some answers. Any person cards, when they come out, and they will, the first lady, the first masculine, or the first two cards that come out, we'll take that particular spot. I think this deck has two in it. I'm not positive. One of my decks has two of them. If any extra cards fall out, I will place them where they go and put the next normal card on top of them. Okay. And yes, I am starting my Lenormand Academy March 22nd. Celebration of Spring. That will be on my website. In my store section. Okay. It will be a Facebook Academy. Ongoing. Okay. Okay. Let's do this. I might pull them at random. Let's just see. Okay, starting out. Ha 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 ha. The man. Right on somebody on top of things. The moon. This is somebody in the public eye who's very popular. Let's keep on going. Mountain. Child. The key. This is one of my cards I'm looking. I need to find out. This feels like new information. Lilies. Garden. Holy shit. And anchor. Somebody who's an anchor in the community. We'll see. Heart. Tree. Ship. Mice. Clouds. This feels like the answer's under our nose. Or under everybody's nose, and people aren't seeing it. Ring. Partnership. An old standing, long partnership. They made decisions, choices. Decision maker. Okay? In the house of bear. That's loud. Snake. Damn. Rider. Stork. I told ya. I knew it. We're going to get into this. Let me tell ya. I see some shit. Whip. The scythe. In the house of garden. It's in the public. I told you. Okay. Okay. I'm anxious to dig in if I gotta get the rest of the cards. Fish. Money, money, money. Coffin. I wish you could have seen the look on my face. But during the grand tableau, it's hard. You can't see all the cards if I'm on camera. Fox. Book. Somebody's a snake who has secrets. Sometimes it's a woman. A sneaky woman. Sometimes a snake can be the other woman. There's the dog. In the house of ring. Very interesting. Letter. The communications. Hot damn. The bear in the house of letter. Holy fucking shit. Ugh. I see all kinds of shit going on here. Oh my god. The cross. The house. In the house of woman. A woman in the house. Sheltered. I'm seeing the umbrella. I'm saying sheltered. Bouquet. There's the funeral. Funeral. Wow. There's the tower. Under the sun. Clover. And the fate line. In the house of Key of the Stars. This is interesting. It's almost like the answer's under our nose. It's in plain view. There's something there. The sun. The lady. Oh, fuck. I shit you not. The birds. Oh my god, guys. Oh my god. This is insane. We'll deal with the scythe after a bit. But the scythe falls right in the middle 4 fucking squares. It is saying, you want the answer? We're going to give you an answer. It is an exclamation point. The weapons were taken away. Mysteriously. The clouds. Smoke screen. That somebody had a cover. And the fish in the house of mountain. It wasn't easy to get these weapons out. There's still an essence of timing here. There was big money paid for somebody to get them out. Okay? To steal the weapons. Oh, this is getting deep. Okay. I need to go grab my other drink. Always have a backup because when my coffee cup runs dry. Okay. Now. I'm curious about this man in the house of Ryder. There was a man who was a visitor to the house. This man is loved by the public, who always seems to be lucky and get away with everything. And the tree in the house of Scythe. The tree to me is the same as the Ten of Pentacles. This screams frat brother. The rider from that previous reading, the clips. You know, when I was saying that there was a passage under the house, the rider was under the house, moving through, going to the outside. A masculine who's been very lucky and really a good reputation, loved by everybody. You know, that friendly person that helps, that was in the Mystery House Oracle at the beginning of this reading. There he is. He's loved by everybody. And in the tree, well planted, well established. The Scythe. This is Ten of Pentacles. This is the family tree. In this case, I know somebody's going to say, but that's the health card. And I'm telling you, I know my cards. This is not representing an actual tree. Okay? Because everything else is pointing to the weapons being inside the house. In the attic. Okay? This is simply put a frat brother. What's in this person's line of sight? You know, we do have the mountain and the ship. This is a well-known person who's in the fraternity that had a problem or had an obstacle they had to solve in how are we going to transport these out of the house. Child, house. Child is something new. Child is new or small, or it could be literally a very young person. But the child could be giving birth to something as well. But feels like something small. Could be a small space in the house, like the attic. How am I going to get there to get this? Okay. Then we have the answer. To answer the question, in the house of tree, go to the tree, and it's in the house of Scythe, about the weapon. That's what happened. And the person was looking for a solution. And okay. So, the idea comes from somebody wise, somebody older. In the house of clouds, of disguise. There's a smoke screen around this person. Okay? That presents this idea, this solution. In the house of snake, which is sneaky, the enemy. And then security coffin. So what I'm feeling here is, in a very sneaky way, to secure the ending that they want, Okay? The clouds, somebody older had to come in and present the gift. And that is also somebody presenting the gift. In order to bring peace about the sense of security over the coffin, over the passing of the four. Okay? That's in his line of sight. Now, you want to see something really neat? Let's do a connecting card. We take the man and we take the scythe. What card connects them? The child. The victims in the house. The scythe was still in the house where the victims lost their lives. So, you still think it's someplace else? Now, knighting, the man knights the stork and the ship. He provided the mode of transportation and the means. There was a man that was the mastermind. He retrieved them. But there was somebody waiting in the tunnels under the house as well. We got a lady here. So who was doing the dirty work? Now, which brings me to the next point. Yes, the lady here. What connects her and the man? Yeah, she's in the fate line. They're very, very far apart. They're two people that they face each other. They're in agreeing, but they're staying separate. They're staying away from each other right now, with the exception of, coming up with the answer. The answer was a two-person job. There was a feminine in the house of Anchor associated with the deaths. This could be one of the witnesses. There is one of those witnesses that is really, really shady, allegedly speaking. Super shady, who I keep kind of just barely touching on this every time I see it. Only because I'm trying to protect my own ass. Yeah. But I can't keep ignoring this. There was a female in that house that played a big part. Because you go to the Anchor, House of Anchor, which takes you to the Anchor. Coffin. You know, those are the passings. And you go from lady to that woman, house of woman, she's right above it. You could do it both ways. What's in the house of lady or woman is the house. Lady of the house. But she's under the house waiting for him to retrieve the weapon. Then there's the birds in the house across. The two birds, the two people. Could they be lovebirds? Maybe, but I'm not defaulting to that. Some people might. 12 reduces to a 3. 3s are communication. 3s are cooperation. Groups of people. So there were a couple people working together. They're down under the house in the tunnels. This was retrieving the weapons was a 2-person operation. I bet. Not sure what her part was. Because there's not a lot. Her box is very small here. But in this sign of sun and fish, she may have been privileged to some money. She carried the burden for the man. Look at this. The man had to carry the burden of getting this out. Cross in the house of man. And she was waiting for him. The house was on her mind. It was weighing down on her. She was underneath the house. And then what do we have over here? The bouquet in the house of lilies. And when the bouquet, or the garden, is in the house of snake. Okay. But we got the bouquet. This is very much a public figure. Whoever this person is. Son and son. There is somebody that was paying out handsomely. But she's under the house. She's at the bouquet. A gift. This could also be the lady, the woman, who was working with him. I kind of felt that a woman hid the weapons to begin with. Kind of feeling like she went along to help him locate the weapons. But it's very unclear. They're not really saying what her role exactly was. But she was thinking about this man going into this house. And she's got all this shit weighing down on her. Remember that Five of Pentacles in the tarot part? Well, we got fish in the house of mountain, partly weighing down on her. So that is some money obstacles. Whoever this woman is, she was in it for the payout, for the money. And thank you, Spirit. The answer is right in her line, in her column. Which is saying, the answer may be hidden right now, but the answer in the house of child, or the clouds in the house of child, it is a young female. She's a young female that's put up the smoke screen. Oh, I can't, or has amnesia. I can't remember anything. But really, the answer, the key to the solution is in her column, and so is the house. The answer to where the weapons are lied with the house. And nobody in law enforcement investigation on the defense or the prosecution or FBI went into that attic. Nobody. And I think it was out of sight, out of mind. Now, as far as the scythe is concerned, I wanted to look at that, right? We have repetitive action with that because there was constantly repeated obstacles, okay, in the House of Mountain regarding resources. Let me tell you what kind of intuitive hit I'm getting here. Repeated resources, tower and House of Mountain. The tower's over here in the sun. I feel, and the tower is connected to the book. That is school. Somebody with high up the ladder in the school. Okay. Keep having repetitive issues with the finances. Not finances. With resources. School of Fish. Fuck. School of Fish. There were some obstacles there. Okay. Maybe because it's like after everything happened, people scattering, people not wanting to participate. You think about it, a lot of people went to different remote locations, and he's seeing his little groupie in the school going bye-byes. Okay, and I will be right back. That's my food. Okay, so as I was sitting here eating my sausage and gravy over biscuits, yes, I had breakfast food for dinner. I was looking over the spread, and there were a couple other things that jumped at me. Okay? Now, something else about this woman. This is a feminine energy, but could have been a masculine, a man who had feminine properties. Possibly. But she has, it's still a lot of concern, a huge weight on her shoulders. Okay? But what I wanted to point out is the bear. One of the things I wanted to point out. The bear is an authority figure, somebody large and in charge, or something big, or being resourceful. Okay? Control. We have a bear here who has a lot of money. Okay? What's connected to him? The stork, the whip, the scythe. That is, change in plans. And there was a fight and argument over that weapon, the weapons. And the bear stepped in to take control. Okay. Now, I want to point out the four corners. We have a man here who is trustworthy, at least in the bear's eyes. We have a trusted friend, a trusted male, who secured the weapon in a box that by night had a window of opportunity. So, by night, window of opportunity, the man put it in a very secure place, secured it in a box, coffin is box. Secured the weapons in a box. And the weapons are in somebody else's hands, a trusted somebody that the organization or the school, maybe, allegedly speaking, trusts. When it was all done, this trusted friend sent the secret communication to the bear, okay, that, oh, I wonder if that's the other person, because there's two people here. Somebody sent communication to the bear that the problem about the house or the weapons in the house has been delivered or taken care of. Interesting. Now, I kind of want to go back to that original spread for a minute. I've already cleaned up the cards, yes. But, if you remember me saying it being transported from the house, maybe to the school, and then taken out to the country, I was thinking a garbage dump maybe, but it's in a box out in the country. And I want to go back to the commenter saying it's the tree in one of my comments. Could be buried under a tree somewhere out in the country. Somebody's backyard. Then nobody would even think of looking to see if the weapons are there because of their standing in the community. Because we're looking at somebody that is supposed to be respected by the community. Now, we are going to get to the mic drop. Are you ready for this? Okay. And are you following the storyline so far? Okay. Here we go. Will those weapons be found? Absolutely. This is I want to do timing. Before I do the fate line, the mic drop, we are going to do some timing, folks. And I did get a second timing deck in, and I combined the two. There's 94 cards in this. It's two separate timing decks. So, what are we going to look at? Go look at time frames when these weapons will be found. Okay, when will the weapons be found? I love it. Very soon. What does lightning's going to strike very soon. And if you notice, there's water here. And I'm getting another hit. I'm hearing a song. It was a Christian song. I am a tree planted by the water. Lightning strike is on the water. Out in the country. Just saying. Okay, very soon. And it feels like it could be an act of God. It's just like something snaps. Or someone snaps. And something is revealed here. Any other timing cards? What do you consider very soon? Okay. Let's cut the deck and let's see. Sooner than expected. Sooner than expected. Six months from now, within 6 months, I say within 6 months, in the next 6 months, that the weapons are going to be discovered. Now, are you ready for the big boom? I wanted to come back on screen for the mic drop. The sun and the stars. The heavens are aligning. The stars are aligning. But all the stars, all the vastness of this operation being exposed, brought into the light by a woman who is going to sing like a bird. That is the fate line. And there, folks, this is where I drop the mic.